Episode Importance of Postmortems. Owning your postmortem. Projects come and projects go. But what did we learn from them? What was learned? And how can things be improved going forward? How much did we learn organically or formally? How much insight grew from opportunity or from necessity? Was there something that could have been done differently next time? How could the team or product have been better or more successful? Is there something that should be done still going forward as a business or as a team that maybe was not done that we intended to do? So many questions after a product is done, shipped, even archived. One way to glean insight from a finished project is to review what went well and what went poorly, and how things might have been done differently, even hopefully done better. One way to glean insight is to perform a post-mortem review of the project and its development journey. It surprises me how many people either ignore or minimize the benefits of performing a post-mortem at the end of a project, or at even specified intervals or milestones throughout the project. A post-mortem is really just a fancy name for assessing how a product and its development went. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It is a formal way to collect feedback from the team, to understand what they saw as beneficial and hurtful, or just a benign waste of their time. Postmortems are ways to review how things went during product development and after a product is released to retail. And importantly, do not be married to your ideas or old ways. Let the postmortem reveal opportunities in product, features, in process and tech, and improve the product development process. Maybe even improve future products. I have seen many people divide their teams into discrete, totally autonomous teams. Sometimes the rationale for total isolation of a team is to remove distractions from them, remove exposure to other people's code and dependencies, or concurrently develop many elements and components and then stitch them together later. There are many reasons, but whatever the reason, be cautious. Divide and conquer both creates sub-teams, but also creates psychological and work division. Working together towards a common goal, even when people are assigned tasks largely in one sub-area, fans the flames of unity and collaboration. In this same way, everyone is on the same team, marching towards the same integrated product, because they are not separate and isolated from each other. Imagine a football game. The team clashes to fight for gaining distance on the field, but also it fights to prevent loss of yardage on the field to their opponents. Every person is on their one team, and every person has the same goal: move the football closer to the field goal post. Stop the others from getting the ball closer to yours. Now, imagine dividing the football team into defenders and advancers. The team would lose the flexibility and expectation that every team member should step in when it makes sense. They are not an isolated team that exists independent of the other team members. They may change their core responsibilities as required in the moment. Finally, bake off competitions within the same team to ostensibly get the best results possible are bad. The same people on the opposing team could unite and help their opposing team with double the team size and innovation. But dividing the teams The people duplicate foundational and feature work, and they might grow hostile, competitive attitudes fostered towards the other team and their teammates, whom they might actually be working together in the future, but now with hostilities. I will admit there are times that team division can be advantageous, but the default outcome of division has been suboptimal from my experience. As an aside, I believe one of Electronic Arts Fusion's downfalls was the relentless competition from EA Canada versus EA Fusion in Canada. EA Fusion suffered from being identified as separate from EA Canada. We could have all been better off working united, but instead, Fusion, we were isolated. We were competed against, and we were undermined by everyone at every turn. EA Canada was far bigger than Fusion. Without powerful champions to protect Fusion, it was destined to die, being the small competitor. As you progress through a postmortem, use this mantra as a filter to help everyone focus on things that will make a difference going forward. Separate signal from noise. I'll say that again. Separate signal from noise. The secret to great critical thinkers is that they are good at separating signal from noise. Critical thinkers seek to discard the BS, the noise. They try to reject erroneous, extraneous things so that they can focus on their goals and immediate tasks. It is imperative to separate the signal from the noise. There is pertinent, valuable information to be found in postmortems, but there is also a sea of irrelevant detail and unproductive so-called insights. So again, separate signal from noise. It will help everyone stay focused on learning from the postmortem, the things that they can act on to improve the product, the service, the development experience, the team. I say separate the signal from the noise. Regarding postmortems, a few more ideas. I believe that there should be at least 5 tenets to a postmortem, and they must culminate in a conclusion which includes actions. So of the 5 tenets, number 1, people. Who were the rock stars and who were the albatrosses around the necks of the rest of the team? What skills were missing from the team that should be invested in for the future of product development? And number 2, product. What features shipped that were unpolished or were not shipped at all and were cut? And should they continue or be used in a sequel or maybe an entirely different product? What can be done to ensure similar low polish or cut features are not lost in the future and the resource and time wasted? To that end, in sequels, derivations, or products, leveraging shareable, adoptable features or libraries, they should be doubled down on. Or maybe not. Should they be minimized or cut entirely, perhaps for innovation reasons? Again, this is question examples you might use during your postmortem. Number 3, process. What scheduling issues came up, and can they be mitigated in future schedules? What workflows need improvement? How did risk, threat, and dependency analysis and mitigation play out? Number 4, technology. What technical debt, we've talked about that before, exists? What hacks need refactoring What technology should be harvested and repackaged for reuse? Or perhaps entirely new technology that should be invested in going forward? What should we invest in to maintain the product? And perhaps for future products, leveraging it. And then there's number 5, the North Star. Give an insight. Should the business or product or features or tech change? Should there even be a sequel or derivation? Make a plan and allocate time and resources to address conclusions and decisions from your postmortems. So let me re-summarize that. The 5 tenets for a project postmortem review: people, product, process, tech, and the North Star. I hope that these help. I would like to stress finally that there are certainly many more things to look for in a postmortem. I just wanted to note the importance of doing postmortems after shipping a product or after hitting a major milestone, and the importance of making a plan according to the insight that you gleaned from the team, everyone who worked on the product, and perhaps even from the customer. Postmortems are important.